but I've always wanted, or I've wanted to for a long time. So I'm going to take a model that's misbehaving, and I'm going to debug it here in a recorded fashion. Okay, and I'm going to try to turn this into a long-standing habit. So first, let's just deal with a bit of basics. So here's the drive, and there it's hierarchical infection model. So I'm going to place it in a location here for the Sydney boot camp. Okay, here we go. Boom. Here we are, and here we are for Sydney. And this is going to be called misbehaving model. Okay. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be a debugging model. I'm going to show you how to debug. Please pay attention to what I'm doing for debugging. I'm doing this because debugging is one of the common processes you're asked to do, and it's hard for me to communicate the principles of it. Okay, so each debugging session is a bit different. I'm never quite sure what's going to turn up. Let's try this model. Okay, so we have a model, ladies and gentlemen. The first step is I want to see the state the model's in. So let me go run this model in terms of its overall behavior. Okay, what symptoms does it exhibit? Okay, there's no infection occurring at all. People are moving around evidently, but there's no obvious infection occurring. Okay, just going and glancing at this, okay, I see lots of good things. Forced initial infection. I see basic connectivity here, looks pretty good. I see these are timeout transitions, that looks reasonable. There's a contact going on. Okay, so I'm going to have several hypotheses about what will happen. One of the most fundamental things you can do in debugging is develop a hypothesis. So we saw some symptoms. What could be the explanations for that? And we pick one of those hypotheses and temporarily choose it as our going hypothesis, our working hypothesis. So I'm going to go to main. My initial guess is maybe there's no initial infection event going on. Let me go look, and I find that, okay, we go get a random city, we deliver to a random agent inside. There's no semicolon, but any logic is sometimes forgiving, sometimes not. Fine. Okay. Okay. So that was apparently not a problem. Okay, let's go to person. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This is really important. I am going to ask, is this message ever being received? That initial message that's being received, is that ever happening? How am I going to test that? I'm going to go to this transition, and I'm going to insert this thing called a trace ln. And I'm just going to mark it here. Now, I could actually put a more long-standing message here, but time is short, and so I just want to know, does it reach that point in its execution? And is that message being received? I see that it is, okay? It is being received. So my hypothesis maybe somehow it wasn't being received. It is, okay? So shift to a new hypothesis. Someone is getting exposed. Okay, so are they ever getting infective? That's what I want to know now. Is it possible they're getting stuck in the exposed state for a long time, or something weird is happening? Okay, so I'm going to print number 2 here. Are they ever getting to that place? Okay, okay, so I'm going to run it here. Is that initial person? They are getting to the infective state. Okay, so they're getting here. So another hypothesis, maybe they're not sending messages, okay? Maybe there's something. What's that? So okay, so that's a hypothesis. Okay, so the remark from the creator makes me think maybe I will check if other people are getting, in fact, infected from other people. Maybe, in fact, it's just coloration. So I'm going to put in place a marker here that will test, am I ever getting to the infected place? Am I ever transitioning that? Hey, okay, something bad has happened. Okay.
Got to go into action.
So did I put it in the wrong place? Hey, come on. Show me. Oh, it's way up there. Okay, fine. Hey, what's going on there? Okay, here's the problems window. Come on, let me drag it there. Okay. Oh, okay, I screwed up the syntax. Okay, come on. Oh, look at that. It's giving me a bad thing. Okay, so I must have put it, oh, this is in the condition. I should have put it in the action. No wonder. Okay, happy. And is it going to be, no? Okay, delete this token. Okay, random true. Did I put a semicolon there? What the heck? Why did I put a semicolon there? Oh, because I probably was separating it. Okay, hey, come on. Okay, boom. This doesn't need a semicolon. It's just returning a value. Okay, run. Okay, okay. Let's go see. Did it ever get to that point where it got a natural infection? Come on. Okay, view console. Console just disappeared on me. Okay, so it's never actually getting infected. So the hypothesis that maybe they're sending messages, people are getting infected, they're just not showing, seems to be falsified. So it may be something to do with either the receipt or the sending of messages. Let's go see if messages are ever being sent. No, we don't want to put it in guard. We want to put it here. Traceln number 4. Okay, is it ever going to get to number 4? That will indicate if it's sending messages to other people. Working hypothesis is maybe it's not in fact. So check it out. So here we oh, look at messages are being, 4 of them are sent out. Okay, the plot thickens. Okay, the messages are being sent. That would suggest that maybe they're not being received properly. Okay, so what's going on? We are sending natural exposure messages. Are they being received? Let's go up here. Let's put in a message here. When they, in fact, go down here, when they receive a natural natural exposure message, we will have them print number 5. Okay, are they in fact going to reach that point? We will run it for a bit and terminate it. Okay, they are receiving the messages. The plot thickens. Okay, so they're receiving them, but evidently they are not getting infected. So an overwhelming number are going here and getting infected. Okay, my hypothesis shifts that this model is running on a fixed seed where it so happens the infection doesn't catch. Let's go down to the experiment. It's running on a fixed seed. The hypothesis is not disconfirmed yet, and I'm going to go in, and the model is working beautifully. So the problem was you were running with a fixed seed, and by happenstance, nobody was getting infected. Debugging done. There was nothing wrong with the model, except that it was running with a fixed seed. Okay? Okay.